We didn't think you were coming.
I'm sorry. There were police patrols outside Shinsa's. I had to be careful.
So, have you heard from Red?
If there were patrols, we can't hack in from Shinza's place.
No, not there. We'll be operating from the Steelworks Hall.
I'll get the rig set up. Are you sure you can pull this off? I mean, we're all taking a big risk here.
Red says he's good enough, and that's good enough for me. You are up to this, aren't you?
Yeah. I've just never done anything like this before.
Me neither. Look, if you don't feel up for it, you can still walk away.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm terrified, but I've got my own reasons to be here. I have to see this through. I suppose you have to ask yourself the same question. What brought you here? Is it worth taking the consequences of being caught?
What brought me here? Now there's a story.
Congratulations. You have been made redundant from your position.
Congratulations. You have been made redundant from your position. You have been made redundant from your position.
Slag. Telling my ma was always the hardest part. But the truth is, these huge machines can outperform us in any task. They don't sleep, don't eat, don't unionize, or require payment. They just work relentlessly. The Neds would replace us all eventually. My initial thought was to ignore it. The peacekeeping force had been known to send out false recruitment messages. Those that replied would be arrested and sent to their headquarters on the asteroid Ceres. And I did not want to end up in one of the dark cells on Ceres. People sent there never came back. But there was just something about that message. I recognized some of the faces. Fellow engineers laid off from Niven.
Comrades, my name is Red Ludd, and I have called you here today because a great injustice has been done to each one of us. Like you, I was once an engineer. I worked for the Hensler Corporation for 20 years. In that time, I was fastidious in my work ethic. I never missed a deadline. I used my leave time to learn new skills, and despite many lucrative offers to betray industrial secrets to competitors, I remained loyal to my employers. All I asked in return was for that loyalty to be returned to me. so that when the new, shiny, perfect Neds appeared, I would be taken care of, just as I had taken care of them. But we all know what really happened, for it has happened to each of us here in our own way. We have been cast aside, surplus to requirements, useless, outdated biological entities in the age of the digital. But our previous masters have made a grave error. They haven't counted on something important: the countless years of training, of education and experience that we have in this room. The knowledge that they have cast aside as useless is in fact very useful indeed. The corporations that rejected us have inadvertently created a terrible weapon to be used against them. We are the ones who built their empires, whilst they sat around smoking narco pipes in fancy restaurants. We know their systems better than they do. We know their vulnerabilities, and, most importantly, we know how to make them hurt. Comrades, I cannot promise you your livelihoods back, but I can promise you this: we will make them pay.
Red asked us all to cut out our old employment chips from our arms, and we melted them all together to form a giant cog, the symbol of our revolution.
Your training starts tomorrow, and from this point forward, everything we do is off-grid. No using your comms. Messages are to be spoken or handwritten and then burnt.
Over the next few weeks, our training began.
We are not here to create. We are here to destroy. And destruction is by far the easier of the two. We are on the winning side.
Our targets were the Neds themselves.
We will work in threes, and corps that cast you aside will come to dread these diabolical triumvirates. And so dread shall become your name. Each dread will only know the details of those in their own trio. When one of us is caught, therefore, they cannot betray any more than the members of their own dread. Tao and these two will constitute your dread. Drex, you already know, of course, but I believe this young engineer will be of great service to you also.
Hey.
So you're gonna be our hacker. I hope you're good. These Neds aren't gonna just let us hurt them.
Ignore Drex. If Red says you're good, then that's good enough for me.
Yeah, don't mind me. Happy to have another engineer on board. Which corp do you train with?
Niven, you?
I'm from the heart of darkness, mate. I had the joy of being fired from near-Earth dynamic systems themselves.
So, what do you think? You want to walk away now?
No. I need to do this.
Okay, the system is rigged. Once you're logged in on the comms link, the countdown will begin. So get in, smash the slegging Ned, and then get out. Do not get caught by the countermeasures.
Look, I know this is a lot, but Red says you're one of the best coders he's ever seen, and Drex and I have got you covered out here. We can do this.
I've worked with the Ned since the start. They aren't easy to navigate, but they do have some weaknesses. I've put together some things to watch out for inside their systems. Just don't slag this up, okay?
Ignore Drex. We're all in this together. Just take your time, and when you're ready, log into the system. You can do this. I'm sorry. There were police patrols outside Chinz's. I had to be careful.
So, have you heard from Red?
There were reports. Can't hack in Shin's reports.
No, not there. We'll be operating from the sea box.
I'll get the rig set up. Are you sure you can pull this off? I mean, we're all taking a big risk here.